Hi, I'm Chani and welcome to Happy Hips Belly Dance Online, the free e-classes. Now make sure you go in order of the classes on the screen as they're progressive and you'll learn more things on each one, and I'm going to assume the knowledge in the previous class before we do the next one. Okay, now today's class is on how to stand, shimmies, hip flicks and isolations. Alright, now the first place to start is actually how to stand. Now I know you're really wanting to get into the dancing straight away, but just bear with me guys, because this is actually really the most fundamental thing to learn about belly dancing. Okay, so what we're going to do is stand with your feet underneath your hip joints. Not hip width apart, because everybody seems to go, I've got wide hips, Chani. No, keep them underneath your hip joints so that they're just directly underneath you there. Now bend your knees, very, very important. Keep your knees bent. You want happy knees. And also increases the mobility of your hips, which is always good. Now we want to tuck the tail under and the tummy in. Lift up the ribs and pop the shoulders down. Now I know what you're thinking. You can hardly breathe, let alone dance, but just bear with me. The more often we do this, the more natural it'll feel. And you'll find that you'll actually feel better in general, because it actually takes the pressure off your lower back. If you're standing in line at the supermarket or something like that, you can always get yourself in position and you'll find a little bit of a less ache on your back, yeah? So, let's just go through that again. Relax. I'll show you from the side. Okay, so feet underneath your hip joints, bend those knees, tummy and tail under, lift the ribs, shoulders down. Now, I stick out at the back, don't know about you. We all have different body shapes and body types, and things are going to look different on you than they do on me. So what you want to know is that by keeping it tucked under, you're protecting your lower back, and you're keeping these tummy muscles engaged, which is also protecting your lower back. Okay? Keeping the ribs lifted keeps the movement away from, keeps the parts separated of your body. Well done. And let's do that one more time from the front. Bend the knees, tummy and tail under, lift up the ribs, shoulders down. And that means we're ready to dance. All right, now how do we move our hips like this? So you've got your knees bent, tummy and tail under, just like we've been doing. Now what I want you to do is to slightly straighten one leg, and that'll cause your hip to raise up. Now when I say slightly straighten, I don't mean straighten completely, because as you can see, I've got my knees bent from my stripies. Okay, so slightly straighten that leg and your hip will come up. Yeah? Now slightly straighten the other one and your hip comes up. Keep those tummy muscles engaged and that tail under. Up, 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 up. Give it a bit of oomph. Up, 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 up. That's the way. Get a nice rhythm happening. Faster. It's still a fast hip flick at this point. It's all controlled. Keep that tummy and tail under. Ready to shimmy? Let's go. Yeah, what am I doing here? I'm just pumping my knees faster and loosening things up at the same time. And relax. Well done. Did you manage that for even a couple of seconds? Let's do it again. Bend the knees, tummy and tail under, lifting up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. Shimmy. That's it. Keep going. And stop. Well done. It takes actually quite a bit of fitness to do a shimmy, because you're dealing with a lot of muscle control there, using your thigh muscles, pumping a lot of blood around. Can you feel your heart pumping a bit more? Getting a bit out of breath? That's a sign of a good shimmy. So as time goes on, you'll be able to increase the time that you can do your shimmy for. Let's do that one more time, just for fun. Bend the knees, tummy in, tail under, hip, 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 hip. Faster. And shimmy. That's it. And relax. Well done. Okay, you've done all those moves with your thighs and everything. Time to give it a few stretches. Okay, so we're going to have 1 foot forward to cool down. It's very important to cool down after you have exercised in order to have your muscles feeling happy the next day. We love happy muscles here. So 1 foot forward, just stretching your calf. So keep your toes pointed to the front. Weight on the back leg, toes to the ceiling. Yeah, you can pull your toes up if you like, if you can reach. Those, don't worry about it, just hold them as high as you can. And now, take your toes to the floor. And you'll feel the stretch through there as well. That's it. And coming up, other foot forward. Keeping the stretch on your calf. Give your shoulders a bit of a roll while we're here. It's easy to get tense through your shoulders when you're trying something new. Okay, weight on the back leg and toes to the ceiling. Remember, you can pull them up or just hold them there. Depends on how flexible you are. Remember, if you're not very flexible, that's okay. You can always improve it. Toes to the floor. And coming up. Get a stretch at the top. That's it. Put the stretch right through your body. One last stretch for the thighs. Find something to stare at straight ahead of you, then grab your ankle. It's important to grab your ankle instead of your foot, otherwise you're not stretching your foot rather than your thigh. So pulling that up behind you. And foot down. That's it. Well done. So in that class, what you did was you did hip flicks, fast hip flicks, and a shimmy, as well as went over how to stand. Now, as you get better at the shimmies, you'll be able to do all sorts of things. You can get the shimmy to travel from here up to here. You can do all sorts of things with it as you're doing a shimmy. But don't worry, we'll get to learn to that later. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this class and look forward to seeing you in the next one.